Guys, we're back. We're going to go into a little story time today of the time I found out how to become financially literate. And if you learn how to as well, it can change your life forever. But first of all, what is financial literacy? Financial literacy is a set of skills and knowledge that allows you to make informed decisions about managing your money and your financial resources. It involves understanding earning, budgeting, loans, borrowing, planned spending, and investments. Let's get into the story about the time I become financially literate. Have you ever been working and you're there in your thoughts thinking there's no way you can be doing this until the age of 65, 70? But in fact, I know you have. And you're there thinking surely there's another way to make money and get out of this rat race, which allows you to spend more time with your family, see your friends when you want to, go on holiday when you'd like to without it having to get authorized from a manager. And at the same time, if it does get authorized, they'll only allow you to have 4 weeks out of the year to do this. Well, I would say it was around 2020 times I found out how to do this and how the rich actually get rich. And when I say rich, I don't mean someone with a big house, thousands of money in the bank, 100 grand car, 100 grand salary while working 40 to 60 hours minimum a week. But suddenly, if they become ill and had to stop working, they'd have to start living off the savings because they have no other stream of income. My definition of being rich is freedom. Having the time to do whatever you like, whenever you like. Well, there's a guy I know in the gym, right? We were conversating and I was talking about my job and I said, I wish I was rich, or I wish I won the lottery so I didn't have to work and I could be free. And as the conversation went on, I asked him what he does for work, as you do. Anyway, he said he's retired. Bear in mind, this guy's only like 50 years old. So there's me, I'm curious. So I asked him, what kind of job, what does he do? What did he do that enabled him to retire early? He said it's not what job he was doing, but what he was doing with his money and how he was living day to day, which enabled him to retire so early. He said, do you know how the rich actually get rich? He told me rich people learn a few things. They learn that the future goal is to stop trading their time for money so they can have freedom, so they can make their money work for them. And they also give as much value to people as they can. So I understood the freedom bit as that's what I want in life. But I said to him, you need to trade time to get money. He said, yes, that's right, you do. But what you do with that money is how you achieve freedom. I asked him, how do you do that? Because at that time, honestly, I didn't know how to make your money work for you. I didn't know how to make your money work for you. The only thing I knew was to make money, you have to work for it. And then if you want to make more, then you've got to save or put in more hours. So he said, yes, he goes, not many people know how to make the money work for them. But he also said, you also got to learn how to give value. He said he was a plumber, which that was his business. And we know people need plumbers no matter what. And it's a good trade, so they make decent money. And yes, it's trading your time for money, but the freedom part come back in when he said he learned how to put his money into stocks, property, and anything that goes up in value. At the time, like I said, it was all Japanese to me. I didn't understand a thing. He said, listen, here's what I'll do. I'll give you 3 books to read. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, and The Millionaire Next Door. Go read them, and he promised me hand on his heart that if I apply that to my life, I'd be able to retire early and be free from the rat race like he was. The first thing I did when we went our separate ways to do our session, I went on Amazon and ordered all 3. I can honestly say, after reading them, it's changed my life. From how I view money, how I live, the stuff I do on a daily basis, it was life-changing. The only reason it was life-changing though is because I learnt about it and then actually applied it to my life. The thing is about financial literacy is it's no different to learning about certain other subjects at school. For example, maths, science, history, etc. We didn't just randomly know how to do maths equations or know about certain things that happened in the past with history. We had to learn about it. So the thing is, what makes you think you know how to manage money and make it work for you and how to stay out of debt without learning to do it in the first place? This is things that, like I say, we need to learn. This is why so many people are in debt. and in a very bad position with the finances, because they're financially illiterate. They don't understand how to manage money, how to make it work for them, where to put it, what places to put it. They don't understand. So after reading them 3 books, I understood to get rich and achieve freedom, you got to focus on assets and not liabilities. Assets are things that bring in money, such as real estate, buying them and renting them out, so you can, like I say, get passive income. And also you get capital appreciation from the house going up in value, so you'll build equity within the house. The rich also invest in stocks. And you got to understand, when you buy stocks, you own a tiny piece of a company, which then you become a part owner of the company. And yes, it'll only be a small percentage, but depending on how much you buy of these stocks, it depends on how much profits you get. Okay, and there's either 2 ways: you can get dividends or the capital appreciation from if and when the stock goes up in price. The amazing thing is that you can buy stocks with as little as £1. It's never been so accessible for small investors like ourselves to buy stocks. Like back in the day, to buy stocks, you had to have a big lump sum. You couldn't even go on little trading apps and buy bits of companies. You couldn't do that. But now they've made it more accessible for small investors like ourselves, where we can start getting a nice bit of this income, okay, and start building financial security for ourselves. That's the best thing that's come about. And lastly, what the rich do, they start businesses, which, like I say, provides value. And if it's a bonus if people end up running your business, because now, like I say, you're starting to get passive income. But even if you are present, it allows you to have more flexibility rather than working your 9 to 5. And yes, I know you're going to say, oh, but it's too risky. But it's all risky. But in life, the minute you was born, it was risky. If you think trying is risky, wait until you get the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait until you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Getting into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is, guys. You're not going to get out of it alive. You need to take risks in life. Now, let's get into liabilities. The rich don't like liabilities. They live below the means, they stay out of bad debt, and they avoid liabilities as much as possible. Liabilities drain money from your pocket. That may be car loans, credit card debt. And the thing is, it's not your fault. We're not being taught about money in school. Majority of people, I don't care how smart they was in school or college, they are not financially literate. The school education system, it fails us in regard and the needs to effectively teach financial literacy in school, including the basics of financial management and the wealth building. The same way we learn about maths, science and English, like I said earlier, is the same way we need to learn about money. All we know is to make money and spend it and on liabilities. Why do you think you have athletes, doctors, lawyers, even people that win tens of millions of pounds on the lottery? They go broke. It's because we've been taught from society to be consumers and not owners. And the sooner you realize this and instead start to become owners instead of consumers, the sooner you'll have freedom. But with that being said, guys, the main thing to take from this video is the rich people acquire assets and the poor people acquire liabilities. Well, I really appreciate if you guys like, subscribe, share, like I say, with anybody that you feel that might need this. And we'll be back soon.